Have you ever thought about one of the wildest stories in the history of life on Earth? It's about how mammals, creatures that had totally conquered the land, decided to turn around and head right back into the sea, and then ended up ruling it. But that raises a huge question, right? How in the world did warm-blooded, air-breathing animals manage to thrive in a cold, dark, crushing ocean environment? I mean, on paper, it looks like a total suicide mission. Okay, so just look at the mismatch here. On one side, you have the basic land mammal toolkit: lungs for air, a warm body, usually some hair or fur. On the other side, you have the ocean: no air, freezing temperatures, and intense pressure. To make that jump, they couldn't just adapt. They needed a complete and total reinvention. So how'd they pull it off? Well, evolution cooked up an incredible new survival kit for them. A whole set of amazing adaptations that turned every single one of those challenges into an advantage. Let's break it down. First up, blubber. And this isn't just regular fat. Oh no, this stuff is a super material. Think about it. It's a built-in wetsuit for the freezing cold, a personal life jacket to help with buoyancy, and a packed lunch for those long journeys when food is hard to find. It's the ultimate all-in-one survival tool. Next, what do you do with legs when you're not walking anymore? You turn them into the perfect underwater navigation system. Flippers gave these animals incredible steering and balance, transforming them from kind of clumsy land animals into these graceful, acrobatic swimmers. And finally, their entire body shape got a redesign. They became these sleek, streamlined torpedoes, built to just slice through the water with almost no effort. Even their bones changed. Many of them evolved denser, heavier bones to help them control their buoyancy and dive easier. They didn't just learn how to swim, they became masters of living in the water. But, swimming around near the surface is one thing. To really conquer the ocean, you have to go deep. And to do that, they developed a biological superpower that honestly leaves human divers completely in the dust. It's a cool word called bradycardia. This is the secret key that unlocks the deep ocean. The moment a marine mammal dives, its body automatically flicks a switch, triggering this life-saving response that lets them hold their breath for a ridiculously long time. So how does this whole dive reflex work? Think of it like a submarine rerouting power in an emergency. The second they go underwater, their heart rate just plummets. This saves a ton of oxygen. Then, the body gets super efficient and reroutes blood away from places that don't need it right then, sending every last precious drop of oxygen to the two most important systems, the heart and the brain. So we've seen how they do it. Now let's meet some of the incredible animals that make up this diverse aquatic family. The variety is just astounding. Say hello to the sea otter. Not only is it the smallest marine mammal, but it's also a little genius. This is one of the few animals on the planet that uses tools. They'll literally find a rock, float on their backs, and use it to crack open shellfish on their stomachs. How cool is that? Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Ever get seals and sea lions mixed up? Everybody does. Here's the easy way to tell them apart. First, look for the ears. If you see little visible ear flaps, you're looking at a sea lion. If you just see a little hole, that's a seal. Then, watch them move on land. Seals kind of inch along like a caterpillar. That's the hump. Sea lions, on the other hand, can actually gallop using all four flippers. Now for the heavyweights of the sea, the whales. They're basically split into two major groups, and it all comes down to how they get their dinner. You've got your baleen whales, which are the giant filter-feeding cruisers, and then you have your toothed whales, which are active, strategic hunters. And if you really want to grasp the scale of what a baleen whale does, just look at this number: 3 tons of krill in a single day. That's what it takes to power the largest animal to have ever existed on our planet. It's like a living, swimming pasta strainer the size of a bus. The toothed whales, on the other hand, have their own superpower: echolocation. It's basically seeing with sound. They send out these high-frequency clicks from a special organ in their forehead called the melon. Those clicks bounce off of everything, and the echoes are picked up through their lower jaw, which then creates a vivid, incredibly detailed mental picture of their surroundings. But how precise are we talking? This fact says it all. A dolphin's echolocation is so good, they can find half a vitamin pill on the bottom of a pool while blindfolded. I mean, that's a level of sensory perception that's almost impossible for us to even wrap our heads around. It's nature's own high-definition sonar. So, after millions and millions of years of perfectly adapting to every single challenge the ocean could throw at them, these magnificent creatures now face a new one. And it might just be their greatest one yet. And that challenge is us. From poaching and boat collisions to habitat destruction and pollution, the threats are everywhere, and they're severe. These are dangers that millions of years of evolution simply could not have prepared them for. In response to these threats, a whole legal framework was put in place. You can see here laws like the Marine Mammal Protection Act and the Endangered Species Act were established. These are critical lines of defense, and they come with serious penalties. We're talking fines up to $50,000 or even prison time for harming these animals. And that really brings us to the final, crucial point. These animals went on an evolutionary journey that is nothing short of a miracle. They conquered the ocean. The only question that's left is whether we're going to let them keep it.